Good morning, good morning, good morning. Our special guest is Anthony Mattison. This is Pastor Mari Mattison. I'm Apostle Sandra Hatton, and we just thank y'all for coming on.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. When you come on, please share, tag, let people know that we're on. The mud to the mansion is about your personal experience, where you was at in life, vice versa to where you're at now, your transformation. And so we're going to be talking about a little bit of everything. We prayed and we prayed that something be said that will help you, that will encourage you, that will uplift you, that will help you in your situation. You may be going through the same situation or be in these circumstances. We'll be talking about a lot of different things. And we're going to still keep it funny because we got our comedians and they'll give me a balance. Amen. So we're going to be asking Anthony. I brought Anthony Mattison on here, which is my youngest son, to celebrate him. A lot of times I think we should give our people our flowers while they still live. Amen. And so, turn yours out too. And so I brought Anthony on because...
Hey, I'm doing a podcast. I'll call you right back when I get out, okay? All right, brother.
So I brought Anthony on today because he's been with me through my whole struggle. Thank you for tuning in. Please share and tag. And I brought him on because I'm proud of him. I'm proud of where he's been. I'm proud of the man he's become. And we're going to be we're going to be talking about some topics, and some of them will be a little sensitive, and which is fine. And so if it touches you, I pray that God brings something, may heal you, or whatever. It may be something that you're going through. You might have a son that's going through this. You may have a grandchild that's going through this. And so the Mud to the Mansion brings people on and talks about all type of walks of life. We talk about your struggle. We talk about, because our struggles, the thing that brings you the most pain be the thing that brings you the most joy. God will take that thing and anoint that thing and raise you up from it. And so, what would you like to ask Anthony? Is there anything you want to ask him? Or you want?
I'm going to let you start.
Okay. So, it might get a little sensitive because we're talking about our real life. Me as a single mother with Anthony, I was young because I think I moved in my first house. I was 14. So I had Anthony, I was 16. Yeah, 17. By the time I was from 12, I got pregnant at 12. Didn't know what was going on. Didn't know nothing about nothing. First time doing something, which is a long story. And I'm going to come back and do my own somebody's going to be interviewing me, and we'll talk about all those things and get to all those things. But being a mother young and figuring it out as I went, and being already damaged and already been through a lot of things, he didn't have the opportunities some of us didn't have the opportunities some had. Now, I came from a good family. We was raised on Downbridge Road. We were middle class. We didn't struggle. It's just when my father was too old and my mama had got in a place where she just couldn't, I end up out and on my own. So Leroy has been with me through the whole struggle. Leroy has been with me every day of the struggle. Sean I had Henry Cowens, which came to be like my father, but he was God's son to be my spiritual father. And then, but he never had a father figure ever. He just always just had me, and I always just had him. Because this time Sean would be with Henry. This time Tony has been with Mama and Henry, but they was young. They would run off. They were so serious. But it was always us. And this time I didn't play with them. If you ain't gonna go to school, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that. And so, but There's some things I want to ask Leroy today, and some things we're going to talk about. But one thing I want to celebrate him is even when he was coming up here, say, "Mama, will make you proud," and I was like, I would say, when you get 18, if you're not taking these scholarships that you got, because he had a lot of them for academics. He was smart. He had 14 pages for academics, just for being smart. And we was living in Philadelphia. I remember when we went to Philadelphia. I packed a couple bags of clothes and drove to Philadelphia. We had never been there in our life. Left the whole house, just left and just moved to Philadelphia. I said, I'm just going to start over. And at the time, I was running from me. I'm just going to be honest about it. So he even went through that with us. We went through that thing, and it was rough. And we stayed there 4 years, but I love Philly. But anywho,
yeah, it's a great city.
It's a great city. I love Philadelphia. I love Philadelphia. And so I never forget, he just got a girlfriend, and he was in love. And he had to leave his girlfriend. I was like, oh, God, he hurt. And I said, well, we gotta go. I gotta get out of here because I know my life would be different if I just leave this place. And I was really just running from me. But anywho, I seen Anthony. It's times Anthony encouraged me. It's times I wanted to give up and throw in the towel as a woman of God. And he would come in there and he would say, Mama, I know it's hard. I know it's tough. But you just gotta be patient. You just got to wait on God, Mama. It's going to work out. Everything God said He's going to do, He's going to do it, Mama. You just got to hold on. It's going to be all right. I know it's hard. He would talk me through. And would you not?
Yes.
It's so many times. And every night I would wait up for my mama. And this is I'm just being totally honest. She worked at J.P. Stevenson. My mom would get up at 5 and go to the milk cows, and then she'd come back, do our hair, get us ready for school, put us on the bus. She kept the house clean. She worked 2 jobs. She was a Proverbs 31 wife. My mama was. And so I would wait up on her. I wouldn't go to sleep till she came in the house. So when she come in the house, I'd be sitting at the door. And my dad used to get on me all the time. Go to bed. He'll put me in the bed, say our Father's prayer, he put me in the bed. But when I'm at that door like this when my mama walked in. And we had a little store in the yard, but she always had 3 candy bars for us. And I pick my candy bar, and I go with her and sit on the side of the tub while she take her bath, and me and the dog. And I could not go to bed until I seen my mama. And later on, I seen him do the same thing with me when we was living in Philadelphia. I worked at Nips doing burgers and stuff. Yeah. It was a basketball player. All the burgers were named after celebrities.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Ivory, what is his name?
I don't remember.
Allen Ivory. It was a burger named after him. Every one of the burgers in that place was named after the Sixers. One of the players, remember?
Yeah.
And I worked there because it was right down from the house.
Yeah.
I worked there for a little while, but I also worked at a bar. So I got off, when I got home, it was over in the morning.
Shout out to Max's, the best Philly cheesesteak in Philadelphia. Shout out to Max's. Yeah. So he... I used to kick it in Philly a lot.
You did?
I got a daughter in Philadelphia.
Oh, I got a grandbaby.
I got a lot of family up there.
Really?
Alexis. My family in Philly.
I got a grandbaby in Philadelphia. Well, she's not now. She's in Atlanta now. Alexis. She moved from to Atlanta. But he, I called him one night. I got off work, and I caught him coming there, looking, checking to see that I got home safe. And it touched my heart. So I was like, so this baby gets up every night and make sure I made it in. And it took me back to when I done that with my own mom. And I was like, wow, God, I didn't know that. And so even through, because we come from wood, fatso heaters, wood floors. I'm talking about we done had some serious hard times where people Rochelle Simmons would bring me wood just so I could heat the house for us. It's time we had to get up and blow smoke out your mouth before you get the wood, so you get the fatso heater. We have, I'm talking about, It's times I had to wash our clothes on my hand. We didn't have money to go to laundromat. I would wash our clothes out on our hand. I didn't have money to buy a pair of shoes. I mean, it was times we really, really suffered. And I know, you know, and I'm being straight up about it. It's times they turn the lights off. I go out there and turn them back on. It's time they turn the water off. I go back out there and turn it back on. I don't care, y'all use it, whatever. But I'm being honest. We've had those times, and not because I was mishandling money or doing anything wrong. We just didn't have it. I wasn't old enough to work. I had to live off my daddy's Social Security that I was getting, and that was it. And we still had to pay the bills. And so it was just God. We made it through only because of the grace of the Lord. And it's just to God honest truth. There's times I had to say, God, if you don't give us something to eat the next 2 days, I'm out of resources. I don't know. And the Woodlock Grocery, the man opened up that store and told me I come get credit. And that's how I started being able to feed y'all. The rest of them, I go up there, get beans, get stuff, and I keep us a meal. Spaghetti was my sauce was ketchup and sugar. Because, I mean, we didn't have spaghetti sauce, so I said, well, if I put some sugar in it, it's sweet, they'll eat it. So our spaghetti was sometimes ketchup and sugar. Well, I don't tell the truth. Yes. And it was, that's the times, it's times we had a pot of beans and we ain't had no meat. I'm being honest. And so, hey, that's where we was at. So
that's a fact, though. A lot of, you know what I'm saying, when you grow up, you know what I'm saying, and not, you know what I'm saying, not having things, because me and my brothers talk about it all the time. There were certain meals that we didn't have a chance to eat until we got grown and had our own money and could afford it ourselves. Right. You know what I'm saying? Man, lasagna, shrimp, stuff like that. We didn't have. What? Man, there's certain things we didn't get a chance to eat until, you know what I'm saying, we were grown and had.
Their steak was a pork chop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want, like, your steak was a pork.
Now, he don't eat chicken now. He said, I gave him so much chicken. He can't stand chicken.
Yeah, oh yeah. Because it's like, what, chicken and rice.
Hold up, time out.
Fried chicken.
Time out.
It was something with the chicken.
But everything was a chicken.
Hey man, we're gonna take your black card.
Okay, you can pull it.
This dude don't even eat chicken. Come on, man.
I eat chicken.
I'm about to say, we're gonna take your black card. Hey man, talk about he don't eat chicken. Come on, man.
For real.
God, no. Yeah.
So in, I'm gonna say something that's really
barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken. What was I say?
Y'all like bubble gum. Y'all ain't chicken out of the way.
Yeah, chicken way though.
Yeah. Sauteed shrimp. All kind of shrimp, but all kind of chicken.
All kind of chicken.
Had every kind of way.
All kind of way, man. God, Jesus Christ.
Every kind of way.
I think I had nightmares of chicken.
He thought it was gonna fly, y'all. So, so I can remember. I remember. I think the worst time of my life and my experience was when I got ready to go to prison, and I called home. I called my mom, and she had the keys because I'm getting ready to go to prison. And I said, and Leroy said to me, he said, when you coming home? I said, I'll be there soon. It ain't gonna be too long. I'll be there. And he said, no, you're not. He said, no, you're not. He said, you're not coming home. And he said, and this crushed me. This changed my whole life. He said, you take me to McDonald's, you take me here, you do this with me. He was saying all these things. He started naming the things that me and him would do together. And then he said, I wish I was dead. And that thing crushed me. I was like, did this baby just say? And it made me realize that the reckless decisions I was making was hurting my children. I thought I was just hurting myself. I thought, oh, this is just me. And in that moment, and then I never been away from them. I never been away from them. And in that moment, I had to grasp, I'm finna be away from my kids. I can't protect them now. This baby has never been separated from me. This baby. I said, God, I don't know. And he stopped talking. He completely stopped talking for a couple of years. He wouldn't even want to say nothing.
I wasn't talking.
He wouldn't talk. He wouldn't eat. He starved himself. He wouldn't eat. He stopped talking. And
then got better. You started visiting. Visiting you,
But after I started coming home on passes,
you started coming home.
He started back talking and he started back eating. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me back eating and he started back talking. It was like he hadn't talked before. He wasn't eating them. I started stuff there. And once he seen me and he started back eating, he started back talking, and he started coming around to himself. And I said, it's going to be all right. I don't have much longer now, and I'll be back with you. And tell me about, I know you was a little kid, but I know that had to be, it devastated me. It made me get myself together. Yeah. And I promised I would never go back, and I didn't. But by the grace of God, because I was still a little cracker. But tell me, in that moment, and I know it ain't too hard for you. Is this all right?
No, it's good. I mean, it was heartbreaking because it was like you said, me and you. It was like it was just me and you.
Right.
Even though Tony and Sean was to be there, they would be doing their thing.
Yeah,
running around.
It would be them.
It was just like you said, my joy and my hope, my love, all I knew was you. Right. And so you did so much for me, for as being with me, that's all I knew. So once it got taken away, I felt like I got stripped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I felt like God didn't love me no more. Of course He did, because He put me in. Aunt Marilyn, she able to take me in and treat me like her kids. And, but just to be away from you, though, it was like my spirit was gone. Like it was something taken out of me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm here, and Marilyn, great mother. She did the best she could. She was incredible, man. God, she treated me like it's like my second mother. It's my heart. You know what I'm saying? You my heart. So it's like she fulfilled that gap until you got home, and Grandma did too. I with Grandma a little bit.
Yeah.
And but it was hard, man. Like to be a kid and to go through what I went through as a kid was very, very depressing.
Yeah.
Depressing because it was too much of an elevator over your emotions.
Yeah.
You're able to see some good. Like I guess just seeing you smile and seeing you happy made my day complete.
Yeah.
So if I just see my mama see her smile, my day complete. But you might come home sometime, there's stuff in the yard, everybody know you about to get put out. Yeah. You gotta go to the neighbor house, get water. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like, you go to award shows and you couldn't be there because you had to work. Then of course not having a father, then seeing their other kids have their parents, you know what I'm saying, so it just a lot of ups and downs, and then like the holidays, I don't think I had too many good birthdays or Christmas.
Because there's one time, I remember one Christmas.
Let me ask you this though, before y'all get going. So really, when your mom left, it was heartbreaking for you.
Yeah.
And I want to get to it. The question is, you say you starved yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I felt like, what's the point of being here? I ain't have the one thing that made me happy, because that's all I knew.
Your mom?
Because that's all I knew.
The chicken deal.
Yeah, the chicken deal.
She was a chicken chef. She was a chicken deal. So she got you addicted to chicken, and then
they took it away.
She was a chicken deal.
I run around with chicken.
Got you strung out on chicken.
You can't do that. That's against the law.
That's against the law.
Y'all know I'm finna be stupid.
You got to. We need that.
Got you strung out on chicken.
Yeah, but it just when you go through ups and downs, it makes you appreciate the little things. Like that's why I say her smile was my everything. So it's just like it didn't matter if I came in and things wasn't the way it needed to be. It was just like just to see her try, just to see her do her best. I know her heart. I know her heart was like, I'm doing the best I can. And so, and I understood the situation. It was like kind of like watching her grow as she watched me grow. And I knew she was young. I knew my mom was young. I knew that other parents, when I went to other kids' houses and played, and they was older and it was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some won't struggle like us. but someone struggled, someone didn't because they had some women had their mother and father. So it's just like when you see different things, it's more understandable, and you just ride the wave. But so it just made me, as I got grown, as I became a man, I was like, boy, I just want to have that foundation for my kids. I want to have everything
right.
for myself. It just made a hunger in me, like, hey, I want to be the best I can be, regardless. I'm gonna go hard for myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And even all the negative, all the things that because I had went through rapes, a lot of stuff, so I was battling with a lot of things within myself, and still but I knew that I had to protect them, to not let them get messed with. I knew I had to keep us together, and even at that young age, at 14, because when you got a 14-year-old mindset, I mean, and you got 2 children, and you got a house you got to take care of, and once I realized, okay, I got 2 kids, because I had Tony just because my mom and daddy had separated and divorced, and I felt like I wasn't loved no more, and I knew how much I loved my parents, and I said, well, if I had a baby, I had something that loved me, not having a clue that this baby is going to be a responsibility, because I kept everybody's babies all the time, and I love keeping little kids, not knowing.
Well, you get them back.
Yeah, I get them back. I get them back. And then mama taking care of me, you know what I'm saying? And then taking care of me. So it was, but when I realized what had happened, because like I said, first time I was like, I was on merry-go-round playing, got off throwing up, and I said, I'm taking you to the doctor. If they say you're pregnant, I'm killing you. I thank God for Dr. Ann, because she said, I ain't going to tell your mom this time, because she's going to kill you. She said, I'm going to give you time to tell Francis. I was like, thank you, Jesus, that you are pregnant. And I'm like, oh, God. And I didn't say anything, but my mama, they could look at you like, I know what's up. And, but I thought having Tony I'd have something that loved me, because the love that I had with my mom and daddy, it was gone, because the family was broken. And then I felt like, maybe if I was a better kid, maybe if I wasn't so bad, maybe was it something I did? I questioned all these things. But with my kids, only thing I knew being so young was, I got to keep us together. I got to try to make sure we stay in the house. I got to try to make sure we got lights, water, something to eat. I got to try to make sure that we're safe. And that was all I knew, and I had to build from that. You understand what I'm saying? And the world was so crazy, because I left a place where your word was the bond. My mama and them did what they said. They protected us. And then I come out of a middle class into the hood, where there's sexual predators, molesters. We got your drug dealers. Then I started getting transformed moreover into. I had to become I had to learn how to survive in my environment. So I had to become a person I wasn't to survive where I was at. Yeah. And so he's seen me do some crazy. He's seen me do some, oh my God. He's seen me, it's times I say, hey, go get under the bed and stay under there until I come and get you and have shootouts. Honestly, this making us see so much craziness, because I can't work. I'm not old enough to get a job. So I seen people around me hustling and doing stuff, and I say, look how sharp their kids is. They can buy their kids shoes. I'm washing my kids' clothes out. We having a hard time. I ain't got nobody help me. I said, hey, what you doing? What's that? And somebody started showing me how to do it. So I started hustling, and then we ain't had no problem struggling for a while. We hit the lottery for a minute. We were going there with what? We were driving. We had a nice house. We were doing things. But I was empty. I was hurt. I loved people, and I see people drive up, and then at the end they would be walking, trying to sell me their food. I didn't have a heart for it. I couldn't do it anymore. It was just too much. It was overbearing. It was just too much on me. I I couldn't just look at the fact that we're doing all right, but I had to deal with the fact that they're not. And so that's why he can remember that it's times we did good. It's times we had more than enough. And it's times we didn't have absolutely nothing. It's times the world was just snatched up. Yeah. We stayed from every side of town.
When it got good, it got short-lived. It was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I think I understood that. I was like, okay. So if you do negative, you have basically like negative
results.
You
learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, negative results in life leads to negative results. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you do negative things, it's going to... It never was the point to, like, it just stayed good and it was going to be that way. And I said, dang, so the only way it's going to stay good is if you just do positive. Right. You know, because I seen that, okay, the money coming quick. You know what I'm saying? And
go quick.
Go with it.
I say, but the rest, and then one thing about it, people gotta understand, like, when you live in that life, the most important thing is time. But when you're in that box, you can't get that time back. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know, you can make a quick 1,500, but if you do 15 years, is it which one's more work? So it's just like, I always just sit back and look like, dang, bro, I see some big dope deals come through. I see Faith knocking on the door. I see my mom cutting up on the table. I see all these results, but it's just like, it's so short-lived of success and happiness. Like, what can you do? And it's like, the more, when you're negative, when you're doing something negative, you can't do but so much, because the more you enjoy it, or the bigger you do it, the more that's when they're going to take it away from you.
And that's
so
right.
you really can't get but a certain height of it. So it's like, right. How is that fun? So it really kind of take the enjoyment of when you do something negative. So I seen it, I was like, well, in order for me to be successful and really enjoy it and not have to worry about nothing, and just stay positive, stay focused, and work, or do something constructive for in a positive way. But don't, the negative aspect of it, I was like, nah. I see everybody going back and forth to jail. They ain't
right.
You know what's funny, Leroy? Yeah. I had a dude tell me one time. He said, "Young Buck," when I was out there in the streets. He said, "Young Buck," he said, "you going to work." He said, "It's just up to you whether you go on your own or the world make you go to work."
Yeah.
But everybody eventually you're going to work.
You say that.
You know what I'm saying? You're eventually gonna go to work. So I sat there and I thought about that because and it's funny that you said that when you're doing negative, that money comes so fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you making money. And the problem with that money is you don't respect that money.
Yeah.
But when you got to go put your blood, sweat, and tears, and you got to work for it, you respect your money. I realize now that you respect your money a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I didn't understand. People say money is money.
No, it's not.
It's not. I mean, coming from me, I can't speak for everybody.
Right.
But the money was different. Right. I didn't respect the money that I made in the street. I didn't respect that money because I thought I'm going to always get it. You know what I'm saying? We always got that mindset. I'm always get it. Mm-hmm. But the same mindset that you had over here, it still can transition over here.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing because it's an innate ability in you. If you got the to be able to go out and get it over here, then why would you be scared to go get it over here?
Yeah.
So, but only difference is now you can hold on to this a little bit better because you knew how hard it was to get this right here.
Right.
So you ain't so quick to go, hey man. Hey man, back in the day, you don't see no jewelry, you don't see all that. All that ain't important. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff, you know what I'm saying, you value your money more now. So you're right. Negative, it don't last.
No,
but that positive, you hold on to.
It's just like you watch Scarface. The most important part was when Frank told Tony, he said, "You fly straight, you last. You fly fast and high, you don't last." That's the most important part of the movie. Everybody thinking when he got shot at the end, when he got the tiger, he got this and that.
That's good right there.
See, Frank, the guy he killed, really enjoyed and did more. And I mean, as far as the success he didn't, but he lived longer with that success and enjoyed life more and lived older than Tony did. When Tony just had a quick thrill and died.
That's true.
That's how it is.
It is how it is.
And that's one thing about I thank God concerning Anthony is. They may see, I'm really proud of him because, for one, God covered him. Because even in the midst of anything that was going on in my life, I would say, Leroy, don't ever do this. But I would say, Leroy, listen, I know what you're saying. Listen, don't ever do this. Because this going to get you this, and this going to get you this. You understand? And he said, yes, ma'am. I said, well, please just, he said, and he would always say, I said, always set you some goals, short-term, long-term goals. I said, and stick to them. And when he got ready to graduate, he wanted to go to the Navy. I was like, oh, no, his dad was like, don't. Ooh. I said, I can't tell him no. I said, I just have to pray about it because he's grown now. I can't go in there and say, you can't go because he's a man now, I can't do that. I said, I got to go in there and just be supportive, but try to not let him go that way. And I remember I said, I would tell him when he was like 15, when you get 18, if you ain't going to college, you're going to have to get your place. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to make you proud. I'm going to do all that, Mom. I promise you, Mom, I'm going to make you proud. And I'm going to take care of myself, and I'm going to do this, and I ain't going to do this, and I ain't going to do that, and I ain't going to do that, and I ain't going to do this. And I was like, okay. And when you got 19, you got your partner. Yeah. And then you, once you got hired on, I see him. He was at Walmart pushing these carts, and it like he killed me. He was pushing them carts at Walmart, and I pull up and see him, and he was pushing carts in there. I said, Lord, please.
And the fun thing about it, I used to walk to work. Like, that's how the time.
He walked to work.
I would walk to work and still pull them carts and make sure I had a check so I can have something to take care of myself. And it was like the little stuff like that just motivates you. It's just like, man, just to even get that check to be able to just, okay, I can get this check and I can do stuff for myself. Well, I need to get, you know what I'm saying? It just really put a drive in me. Okay, I can. If I just work hard enough, I can take care of myself.
And even with school, I remember with school, we was in Philadelphia, and Leroy wouldn't get on the bus with people. Leroy was really a shy person. He didn't like being around people much. He just.
But I never really told you. It was just like. We were struggling so bad.
You didn't want to be around.
And no, it just we had to pay for the bus. And I knew that you really didn't have the money for it, so I'd be like, well, save Mama the money.
I would
walk to school. But then on top of that, I did it so much, I liked it because it allowed me to have that peace to myself and just walk to school. And it didn't bother me because it gave me something to do. And it wasn't.
Snow would be up to here. You got to put a bag around your feet. Philadelphia cold is a different type of cold.
That's what's funny.
That's determination.
That's what's funny to me. Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You get snow. We get a little dust. You get a little dust. You get
snow. You couldn't drive. I couldn't drive the car. It'd be snowed in. And I told, and even with Leroy, it would be freezing. And there's been times I say, Leroy, you gotta go to school. I say and I always drill to him. It's not an option. You have to go to school. You have to graduate. It's not negotiable. And I remember one day I said, Leroy, it's real bad out there. You don't have to go. And he said, yes, I do, Mama. It's not negotiable. I got to go to school. And he said, I'm going. I said, walk to grass? That's a long way. He said, yeah, I'll leave early, but I'm going. And that baby would go to school and walk in the snow. And I would be like, Leroy, he said, Mama,
determination.
He was determined. Even he did a picture. He drew a picture that had all nationalities.
Yeah. I got.
He was on HOBY in Philadelphia.
Hugo
Brown Leadership. Yeah. He was so smart, and at this time, I think that was one of the most hurtful times, critical times in my life because I was trying to work 2 jobs, trying to make sure we made it, and I was still, in a sense, fighting for my own life. And I was like, and he had this thing he had to do downtown, and there was no way I could get there. And he had nobody else to go to support him. And we in Philadelphia, but he took pictures. I got the picture now at the house. They took pictures. He won second place. Really should have won first place. But he won second place and got money and
the full academic scholarship to Moore.
And a scholarship to Moore. I'm telling you, this boy was just how smart he is. And he wouldn't do them. He wouldn't go to school. Wouldn't hurt him. But anyway, and even with money, I said, he said, what I need to do now, Mama? I said, always pay your bills before time. Never mess your credit up.
That's what I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to cut you
off.
Yeah,
go ahead.
But that's what your mama, that's what I want to get to. That's what your mama brag on you about all the time.
Yeah.
Talk to the people at a young age about being financially literate. You know what I'm saying? Tell them your secrets and how do you do it. Because, see, there's a lot of us who are financially illiterate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't understand the power of good credit and paying bills on time and sometimes paying bills. We don't understand that interest is what really kill you. Yeah. It ain't the bill, it's the interest that be killing you on paying. Right. Interest rates. Man, talk to the people, man.
First of all, I use 5 steps. God first, needs before wants, do's before don'ts, discipline, and organize. Those are 5 steps right there to success.
Wow.
Break it down.
Whatever you want to do. Okay? God first, no matter what. If you know in your heart and you know in your life, God got you, you always good. No matter what. Your faith in God is the best thing in life, period. If you have faith in God, no matter what, that He got you, you never lose. You never fail. And the second part is needs before wants. It's like you want to take care of your things that are more important first. You want to take care of, light bills a need, water bills a need. Me paying my mortgage, or if you pay rent, it's a need. Okay, these things you need to pay if you can within the first 2 months of you working over or whatever you do. Pay it for the year. You know what kind of in the range of what your water bill, your light bill, whatever it's gonna be. And if you got significant others, even better. Or if you get taxes back, use that. Pay your bills or whatever you can for the year. And then it makes it when you're working, you're not working paycheck to paycheck, living paycheck to paycheck. Then it allows you to save. And then on top of that, it allows you, okay, if I want to have fun, I want to get the things that I want, and I want to accomplish my goal, I can do it with my check. But guess what? If something happened, I got a year to get myself together. Whether it's come to losing a job, whether it's come to jobs closing, or whatever the situation is, because we're in a time where it's unpromising with the economy and things are happening and it's changing people's lives. But I always take care of your needs and pay it and do it years ahead if you can. But I just do it I think I got my water bill paid 4 years now ahead, cell phone bill paid 3 years, light bill paid 2 years. I couldn't do my car insurance every 6 months. They don't allow you to do car insurance every 6 months. But it's just and then house supplies. You wanna stock your house supplies up for a year. You know a kind of an average of what you use for your Tide Pods or your dish detergent, your Pine Sol, your soap for you and your kids that you need, your tissue, your paper towel. Those are needs. So you want to go to Sam's Club, you got a membership, go there, average out what you need to do, get that stocked up for a year in an organized cabinet, whatever you have at your home, because you never know in hard times when something happens, man. I think going through hard times allowed me to just prep myself for the worst. And I don't want to fail, so it's and me failing, my kids fail. So I want them to have the best home they can come to and have everything they need. So as far as your needs, man, you want to be ahead on that. And then the do's before don'ts, which is the third one. The do's before don'ts is sooner you got to write your bills down every weekly when you get paid and organize it in your notepad that you can download from Play Store. And you know every time you get paid, you need to pay a certain thing. Well, you need to hurry up and do it quick as possible because that helps with your discipline. So when you have, I got to pay this, hurry up and pay it. Because the more time you sit with money, the more the devil is going to trick you in your mind to do things to blow your money and not spend it the way you need to spend it. That's why I say do's before don'ts. So you hurry up and take care of anything you need to take care of quick as possible. And then discipline. Discipline is probably the hardest thing out of all of that. It's hard to be disciplined. But once you organize everything, discipline and organize come hand in hand, because once you organize yourself to do certain things, you stick with it, you're going to be disciplined and you're going to do the things that you need to do. I hate to see people go on trips and then be worrying about you're going to pay your light bill. Or go on trips and wonder if you're going to step over this or you're going to do that. Nah, you want to go on a trip and really be able to have fun and ball out because you know, okay, when I go back home, this light bill paid for a year. This water bill paid for a year. I ain't worrying about stepping on my bills. I really can fully affect the joy of life. And that's what it comes down to, man. Just take care of the thing that you need to take care of first, and valuing it. A lot of people don't. Everybody want to play. Sometimes you play too much, you step over the things that you need to take care of.
You telling the truth on that, because that's what I did. I got a calendar, and I write all my bills out on the day, whatever needs to be paid, and I check them off as I go. Check them off as I go. And I realized that worked. It worked. I started doing it about 3 years ago. I started doing that about 3 or 4 years ago.
And credit-wise, if you got credit cards, try to keep it under 10% if you can, at least 30%. You want to keep that, and you want to keep it as low as possible as you can, and then just keep boosting your credit score up.
And another thing is discipline that really, really blessed me was this. You said I'm gonna pay $200 a week for with your child support.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
You said I'm gonna pay this because I know that'll be the mortgage for her.
Yeah.
In the month, I know the mortgage paid, my children gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Before things transition.
Yeah.
And then I said $200 a week. He was like, yeah, because as long as I know my kids got somewhere to stay, I'm good. I can stay anywhere. I was like, okay, this is what things transition back to you being back in your house.
Yeah.
But then he got another baby that he's paying child support for as well now. And when you paying $200 and something a week in child support, plus your bills, plus your mortgage, and then on top of when they hit on the weekends, you still taking them out to eat, you still spending, making sure they have a good time, you still meeting other needs for them. Yeah. And I was like, how do you manage to pay $250 a week, plus your bills, plus everything, everyday expenses and things you have to do? And I remember you said, that's why I work this overtime. So I work my overtime, Mama, and I budget, and you even caught your child support up to where it's, He even does that as well. Yeah. And I was like, and I commend, I'm proud of him as a mother because I know what we came from, and I know what he seen me when I was hurting. He seen me and him, everything was right there together, and I know how I blowed $100,000 when I was like 16, 17 years old. Yeah. Went through $100,000. Like I used to keep $10,000 in the drawer just spending money. Let's go in there and say, I said, go get $5. They're going to get $100 bill. The other two, they was something serious. And hey, and so just and so him being so disciplined and him having so much structure and one thing about Anthony that I love about him is this: when you tell him something, he gonna do it. When you tell Anthony something, he gonna. Leroy is not one of them kids. He wasn't hard-headed and rebellious like my other ones. Oh, I got a secret. I said that's hot. I got burnt. It's hot. They got a secret for themselves. But Anthony and even you and Merlin a lot alike because Merlin was a person that if I told her something, she followed instructions. She didn't want to learn for herself. She'll say, okay, what's that? Okay, that's gonna do that. Okay, all right, I ain't doing it. She was like that. And I thank God that you are a person that follows instruction and do what's right to the best of your ability because curiosity kills the cat. I'm sorry. And you want to see for yourself and I'm going to do it my way, that's foolishness. If somebody is doing something and it's working for them, you find out what they're doing so it'll work for you. Yes. And so when I come on and say things about being a mother and try to help young women about certain things, I ain't coming on here bashing nobody. I don't be coming on saying nothing. I've lived this thing. Children don't come with instruction manual. I've lived this thing. I've been through these. You understand? Yeah. And so when I say put them on the schedule, do this, do that, do this, it's from experience. I got the wisdom from experience and from making some bad decisions, not knowing what to do, learning what to do. And so, Mother to the Mansion is what you've been through, where you was, vice versa, where you at now. He's going to be teaching classes here for your finances if you want to come into financial freedom. He is the one. Good. He is the one. He's handling my finances. This week he'll be handling mine and be going over it so I can get everything paid up by the year and become step in financial freedom. He's going to be doing classes on it to help. He's going to be doing the church classes for our finances, and because he's a genius at it. And so I want to also say, celebrate you today. Not only is encouraging me in the times when I was in my worst days, not only being there with me through my worst scenarios, and not only just being there as a mother, but also growing up with me. Because we just kind of, me, Tony, Cheryl, we were kind of just growing up together, really, honestly. I was mama, and but I was trying to figure it out. And you keeping your word. You say, Mom, I'm gonna make it right. Mom, I'm not gonna do these things. Mom, I never do drugs. Mom, I never do this. Mom, I never smoke a cigarette. Mom, I never do that. Mom, I promise I won't never do this. And I thank God for His grace, because this is grace. But I thank you for your decision making, because the Bible says discipline yourself. And we can't put all that on everybody else. You gotta take responsibility for your own actions. And regardless of how much mistakes I made, even raising them, he never brought it back to me. You said what you say. You made your own. You made the right decisions for you.
Yeah, it's like you gotta. I think a lot of parents get. I learned, and this being a parent myself, of course. A lot of parents put a lot of weight on their shoulders and feel like I fail if my child failed, but if you did everything you can do to be there for that child and be the best parent you can be, at the end of the day, we still got to make our own decisions, hold ourselves accountable for what we do. Like, even though we went through a lot, ups and downs, and I've seen a lot, and I've been through a lot, but I wouldn't want to do it with nobody else. You're the best mother ever, you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. I wouldn't want it to change no matter what I went through, because your love and your care for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, that meant the world to me, and that's what... You know what I'm saying? And it was just still up to me to make my own decision how I wanted to do in life and what I wanted to become. But I knew I wanted to make you happy, I wanted to make you proud, because you needed it. I felt like if I'd have made a lot of mistakes that a lot of bad street kids or whatever, as far as the streets did, you wouldn't have made it. You the guy. You know what I'm saying? You the guy.
Tell the truth.
So it's like, I knew the better I do, the more you would try, because you was battling a lot, and that was the least you had to worry about. If I'm doing good, that's something that's taken away from you, the way you can do what you need.
And that's the only piece I had. That's the only piece I had. Because I remember it was times I was faced with, just take your life and go on. Just go on out. And it's been times I literally tried to.
That's why I had to check and make sure you was okay.
Yeah, I really, it was times I really,
because I remember the time, and I remember we was in a homeless shelter and you were disappointed. Yeah. And I was at the top bunk, you was at the bottom bunk, you was crying. And I was hurt for you, but I wanted to tell you you didn't disappoint me, because, we just, just the fact you was here meant the world. You was at the bottom bunk with me. So that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't matter the fact that we weren't in a match. It was the fact that I had a mama. No matter what we went through, I know you love me.
All told together.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what mattered to me. Like, even my father, he wasn't there as much, but I still love my father like he's the best father in the world, man. He's the coolest cat, funny guy. When I talk to him on the phone, man, it touches my heart. I love my dad. I love him like he's the best dad in the world, because I'm not loving you the fact that, if you felt like he wasn't there, like you should have been. I'm loving you the fact that you're here and you're happy and you made me. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't make me, I wouldn't have had the opportunity. So it's like, I love my dad, man. He's the best, man.
And it took a while to get to that.
Yeah, it took a while, but I never was angry towards him. I think I was more like, dang, I need you. It was more like a cry for I need you. Yeah. And, he had his things going on, with himself, with addiction and hustling and doing things. Yeah.
He was fighting.
He was fighting his own thing.
Yeah, and I always told you.
I don't hold it against him.
Right.
I hold it against him.
I always told him when I never bashed y'all father. Yeah. I never said, He 2 doors down. He won't even do this. And he have a pocket full of, I never done that. I never did that. And I would, and even when I knew, Tony Shaw had Henry Cowens, I had Henry Cowens, but you never had a father figure, period. You had no man to speak in your life.
Yeah.
And you just always just had me. And you know, like before I went to prison, Merlin, because you know, Merlin was there when I went to court, and really, I wasn't even gonna get no time. But I was so sick of my situation, I just needed to be out of it. And the judge said, "Well, Miss Hatton, I'm gonna go back." They gave me a concealed sentence of 5 years. He said, "I'm gonna go back and revoke this." He said, "So you got kids?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, if I give you time, I'm just gonna be hurting the kids." And he said, "So what do you want me to do, Miss Hatton?"
Go home.
And I said, this is what I said.
Let me go to the house.
Then what I said, do whatever you want to do because I'm tired. I said, I'm just tired. Just do whatever. I'm just tired. He said, all right, Miss Hatton. He said, I'll go back and take these 5 years and give you 3 years. I said, okay. Merle said, no. Merle's like, no, you don't even have to. I said, yes, I do. I have to. I got to get away from you.
Yeah.
I got to see it. You don't understand. I'm in a place now where I'm about to take somebody's life, somebody gonna take mine. And I remember every time I got ready to check out, every time I got ready to really just say, this is it. I'm going on to glory. Wherever I'm going, no matter. It's got to be better than this. I remember God would always bring me back to, you got one child that absolutely needs you. Anthony would not make it if you do this. And I would say, okay. And Leroy kept me living. And this is the God honest truth. I knew Tony Shona, they were like me, they'll make it some kind of way. They'll find a way. They were like me. They'll find a way. They're going to make it. Yeah, but I knew Leroy could not make it if he did not have me. And his love for me kept me. God, the love God put in this baby for me kept me. And the love Tony had for me at times brought me out of me. Because he would be like, I know you need to. And I'd be like, oh, God, okay, yes, I do. And I need to make some serious changes right now. You know what I mean? And every now and then we need that reality check, for real, for real. Yeah. But, Anthony, I want to say to you, not ever experiencing having a father. And another thing, I didn't have no feelings for their dad. And no disrespect, and he know it. I wasn't in love with him. I didn't want him for no boyfriend. So I didn't have no reason to be bitter toward him concerning y'all. Yeah. That's why I never bashed him, even though I say sometimes a person's best is nothing. Sometimes people just ain't got nothing to offer you or give you at times. And sometimes that's their best. And it's all right. And even when they got older, they say, man, he ain't never really, and I be like, hey, but at the end of the day, it's your father. Yeah, you respect him because he gave you life. Listen, it don't matter what he did or he didn't do. You respect him, that's your dad. And that's that. Yeah. I never bashed their father. I never, even when I knew he had a pocket full of money, I never said, oh, you know what, you so-and-so this, he don't do this, he don't do that. Because for one, they were my children. I gave them to God. And I knew at the end of the day, some kind of way, God was going to make something happen for us. Yeah. And he always did. He always did.
No matter how hard it was.
And no matter how hard it was for us, we made it through. And so when people see us now and they be like, well, you know, they doing this. Y'all don't, they don't even know.
They don't know
the half. I've got a book doing it now. They don't know the half. Them two
homeless shelters, whatever.
That was the most devastating time of my life, and I was like, I'm failing these kids. And I remember my dad handed me the bottle. He said, "Make sure your sister's all right. I know you're gonna be fine." And I was like, why he hand me this responsibility of my sister? And then God, why you give me the responsibility of these kids? And I was strong, and everybody was like, well, she's strong though. She gonna make something happen. And God would make something happen. And I would do whatever I had to do to do whatever at the time we needed to do. But inside, I was like, it was times I was still that scared little girl. You know what I'm saying? God, okay, but what? And my prayer would always be, well, what about them? What about Leroy? What about Tony? What about Shane? Okay, God, put me out of the equation, but will you just do this because of them? And God always seen me do it for me, and He always seen me do it for y'all. But I'm proud of Sean, I'm proud of Tony, I'm proud of all three of y'all, because nobody know y'all stories. All of them are different, but all of them has a lot of grief in it and a lot of obstacles. But your pain, but what you go through, your struggle makes you who you are. And we wouldn't be who we are today if we hadn't went through what we went through. And spiritually, I wouldn't be able to be a deliverer. God used me to deliver people from emotional hurt, to be able to take them from depths in the spirit.
Leroy keep looking at me.
You know y'all was gonna laugh. And I wouldn't be able to.
To say something.
You know it's crazy. You say something to that, make them laugh. But my struggles, the rapes, I wouldn't be able to identify where hurting kids or somebody being molested or how to go through this and come out of it if I hadn't experienced all these things. And so God knew I was going to experience these things. He knew what time these things was going to happen in my life. And so from all that you've been through, I want to say, I mean, there's times I had to say, y'all, I'm sorry. I dropped the ball. I didn't do. And they would always say, Mom, you was the best mama. You did what you could, what you knew. Mom, you don't understand. So, and like he said, he wouldn't have it any other way. For as a mother, I could never have it any other way as my baby boy. And everybody in the house knew, don't mess with that baby because you're going to get killed. You touch that baby. You touch that baby, oh, something bad going to happen.
Can I rewind though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I rewind? I want to rewind about, about 5 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
5 minutes, but I got to rewind.
Go ahead.
And I'm asking them because we both we have baby mothers.
Yes.
You know, I went to the comedy show. I went to the comedy show the other night, and Bill Bellamy, he said something that was funny to me. That it's always crazy in the end, but he always say things are always good in the beginning. That's how he said it, in the beginning. Guess what? Say that you didn't love his father, you didn't like this. But guess what? You had to like something in the beginning.
No, in the beginning I loved him. Oh, yeah. In the beginning I loved him. But I fell out of that real quick.
In the beginning.
I loved him in the beginning, but I fell out of that real quick.
But see, but that's what I say. It's always in the beginning that, and I like the fact that you what you just said earlier. You said that you never bashed him, or you know what I'm saying, or ever talk bad. You know, because that's a strange thing. Even as a man or a woman, you know, to me, I always think, man, that sort of make you look crazy.
Yeah, I'm bashing you. I'm bashing him.
If I bash her, you bashing yourself.
And I'm bashing him.
Him and yourself.
And myself. So I can't do
you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that goes to show you had, if you feel a certain type, that means you had poor decision-making skills.
Right.
That means, you know what I'm saying, this or that.
You picked that ninja. You picked that ninja.
Because guess what? It had to be something.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
And see, a lot of times, most women operate out of emotions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And see, because I know personally, I didn't bash their father and didn't bother him like that. It's times I went to him and said, "Oh, you gonna give me this?" Then he would, because you know I'm finna show out. But it's time, you know what I mean? Because I can't get it. No, I'm tired. and he would make him do it. But I never bashed him concerning these kids because for one, I wasn't in love with him. I wasn't in love with neither one of them. I was in the beginning, but after that, I had no reason to bash him. I had no reason to be mad at him. I had no reason to, oh, your dad is such and such. No, listen, okay, it's me and y'all, and hey, I dropped the ball, okay, I'm dealing with something, okay, but I didn't put him in it because he wasn't in it because he wasn't there.
But the reason where I'm going with what I was saying was, see, sometimes when we have all this stuff going on in our lives and we done put kids in the middle of
it's wrong.
We done had babies by a person, this and that. See, the thing about it is, what goes on in society, we've confused love with lust.
Sure have.
You understand what I'm saying?
Sure have.
Now, you know what I'm saying? You didn't love me, you lusted me.
Right.
I didn't love you, I lusted you. That was something that I wanted to do, and that's what we did. But that was really, truthfully, sometimes in certain situations, there was no love involved.
Right.
It was just lusted. That's just what you wanted and we loved to do. And a baby was conceived out of that. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm going to tell you something women do.
And that's messed up.
It is. I'm going to tell you something women do.
But
they might not like this, but it's the truth. Women will make up their own head story about you. You can say, I can be dating you, we can be just kicking it. And in the woman's head, she already see y'all with kids, married, in the house, wedding, all this stuff. And you ain't even say you my girlfriend. Women make their own picture sometimes of things or have their own perception of how something gonna be. And then when that man don't follow it out, and then sometimes we just be straight lied to just to get to where they want to get to.
Yeah.
Sometimes men just straight lie to you. I love you. Yeah. And then, okay, and we going to have a family. Okay, then you have a baby, you by yourself. And I done had that done too. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, it's just you and them. But at the end of the day, I had to take responsibility that I accepted this, that I went through all of this. And at the end of the day, I got this mine. Yeah. This is mine. This is mine. And I'm going to do everything I possibly can. And what I can't do, it ain't nothing I can do. But, we have a perception sometimes we make within ourselves without even involving a person. I'm being honest. I done done it before. But this is how this going to be. And this is how this going to go. Well, I think you should discuss that with him first.
Yeah.
When you're young, when you don't know no better. When you're young, you don't know no. You expect.
But that's in
certain
life.
things.
You gotta learn how to evolve.
Right.
As a person, you gotta evolve year to year. You gotta evolve, man. As a person, you just got to. Right. You gotta start I think wrong with people these days. They don't hold themselves accountable. Hold yourself accountable for what you do.
Right, and take responsibility.
And then I'm control what I can control. 2610 Down Bridge Road. We come in the house, love, peace, smell good, feel good.
Right.
That's what I can control.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna take when my kids come in the house, they know they got a house that's godly, love, fun, peace. They got what they need. They good. That's what I can control. But I'm gonna be accountable for what I do wrong. If I'm wrong about something, I look the person in the face and tell you I apologize and make it right. But it's like I'm still human.
Right.
So it's end of the day, it's I'm gonna be nice and respectful and come to you respectful and try to handle things the right way, but I ain't gonna take so much of your disrespect. Yeah. And a lot of people just when you throw the flame back at them, they don't know how to handle the disrespect. But you started. So, but you know me anybody know me as a person. I'm coming with love and respect from the door. Yeah, you're respect. Period.
Yeah.
So if you don't like me, that's you.
What shift you work last? You work third last night?
No, I'm off.
You normally work third, though.
No, we work on swing. Almost Coney and swing.
Yeah, I'm just asking was you on third because your mama got it cold in here like we're at Waffle.
Nah, I had to turn
turn the heat up. Lord, y'all killing
I thought you had been on third. I thought you had been on third and she was trying to keep you up. I wore shorts because it was hot last week. It was hot in here last week. So
I had no heat up. I had the heat up. I had on black.
She heated us up last week. Now I thought I came in Waffle now. I'm like, wow.
I took my jacket off. Trying to kill me. I feel like snowman over there.
I feel like snowman.
Hey, you know I was gonna say something. I was
Yeah,
like, hey,
I know,
boy, listen. I thought you worked third last night. She trying to make sure you gonna go to sleep. I'm like, boy, she got it cold like Waffle House in here, y'all.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
I remember. I want to say this. I got to say this. I remember, my oldest son. He is there. I remember. I never said that. About what they go on with them, whatever. And so when he got to be a teenager, he said, Mom, he ain't never. Not even a 5-cent sucker. I said, it's all right, baby. But I said that to say this. He still, anything he had, he would give it to his father. I'm talking about, he never held that against his dad. And, if he could give something, he gave it to him. He gave him more than he ever gave him. And I thought that was big of him. And one thing I love about my boys is it's hard to be something you've never experienced. But when you still try to be something that you never known, I have to commend a man on that. Because you can say, I am or I'm not. It's really up to, you know what I mean? We got to. And some of us don't, some people don't, but I'm just saying.
You learn as you go.
And you learn right. But,
learn as you go.
But,
crash course.
Yeah. And being young, having a whole bunch of kids. And that's hard because you can't give all the children the same attention, and you ain't but one man. You can't accommodate a bunch of kids. Somebody gonna get left out. Somebody gonna get left out some kind of way. And you can do the best you can, but you cannot accommodate a bunch of children. And I couldn't accommodate if I hadn't had something done when I was young. I would have had probably 10 boys. I'd have had so many boys probably. I don't believe I would have produced girls. I hope not anyway, but I didn't want that. I would have just had boys. But Mud to the Mansion celebrating my personally. Being vice versa, the way they're going. And I have to. And one thing about me, I'm naked and not ashamed. I'm not one of the people get up and say, I was the perfect mama. I did everything right. The devil is a liar. I made some mistakes. I was a kid. I was 13 when I had my first child. I was a child, I was a teenager, I was a kid. So, but when God made me look at me, Shania was 14 at the time, 13 at the time. She was at the house with me. And the Lord said, look here, Shania. I said, okay, look at Shania. He said, look at Shania's mindset. I said, okay, she got a 13 on. I said, but she's sharp now. She's smart now. She's a little bit more advanced than she's advanced than most kids. And he said, now, that's the mindset you had. But look what I allowed. Look what I did for you and them kids, even with your mindset. So when I look back on the houses that we stayed in, someone was good, someone wasn't. That's when we first started out. But when I look back over every transition, God always gave us a way of escape. He always gave us a way to make it, to get back to where we need to be. And for him to do that, it just amazes me because I'm like, how did I even cope? How did I even make it? How did we even make it? How did we even survive?
God.
It wasn't nothing but God. I cannot take no glory, no credit. It was simply the Lord taking care of us and protecting us. And so, to young mothers, they don't come with instruction manuals. Get with people that have been there and done that. Get with somebody that can help you make good decisions and help you with your kids. Listen to your parents. Listen to your elders. Listen to your grandmamas. They know they've been there. They're not telling you nothing wrong. They're trying to help you to keep kids from being so broken and having to go through such a healing process. Because all my kids, I told all of y'all, I know y'all need counseling because we went through something. Y'all better get some counseling, get yourself together because of what we went through. I had to be counseled by the Holy Spirit. And I've had to be counseled. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and so if you need counseling, get counseling. But to Anthony, it don't make no difference what nobody ever say about you. It don't matter how nobody else look at you. Me as your mother, I see you. And I'm proud of you. You've always been a good person. You've always been a man. Even when you was a boy, you was a man. Because you was a man to me. And so I want to tell you, and I know your kids, Jay and Jada, say the same thing. I mean, they stuff would come to the mill at the porch. You always worked hard. You've always been a hard worker. And you've always been a master at finances, and a master builder. I can say that about you. And I want you to know today.
What's your last name?
Hatton.
What's your last name?
Hatton.
What's your last name?
Hatton.
Hold on, let him say. What's your last name?
Mattison.
I gave that ninja daddy name. I don't know why I did that. I know why he was in the Navy. I thought I was going to get a check, but I never got one. That's why I made him Junior. I thought I was going to get a check. I should have put him Hatton. But he is Anthony Mattison. But listen, I want to say to you, congratulations on all your success. He just got him a car, and he paid cash for it because it's discipline with money. You know, some people say stuff like, you need to live in your means. That convertible. And when you discipline yourself, you can go buy yourself something. You can go buy yourself something sometime because of your hard work and dedication. And so you deserve that car.
It wouldn't have been a move I would have made if I was
struggling.
Right.
And so you deserve that and so much more. And even this year, I got to speak this into your life because that's one reason why you're on here today. God's going to use these gifts and talents, even your discipline and your knowledge with money. And God says it's going to make money for you. That all your supernatural financial breakthroughs are not just in labor. God said they're in the gifts and the talents and the abilities that He's given you. And I remember God said that Tony was an apostle, Sean was a prophet, but He told me Leroy was a jewel. And I never to this day could understand what that was about. You remember? And I said, even another man prophesied and said, he's a jewel. And I was like, he said, a millionaire and a jewel. And I was like, a jewel guy? What's that about? But he has so many gifts that he don't use. Y'all don't even know about drawing, managing money, all these things. Don't turn out like he in his y'all see from Fight Fast Fire. Fight Christians.
Hey, I feel like I'm in church. I want somebody to come my legs up.
I'm gonna put a sweat on you. So crazy.
Man, got shorts.
Yeah, shorts on. We finna go in our pocket. But listen, I want to say to you, thank you for being my son. Thank you. God could have given me a great gift to you. Thank you for giving me the times that I needed to be forgiven. Thank you for loving me when I was unlovable. Thank you for having compassion on me when I needed to have when I needed compassion. Thank you for not only being my son, but thank you for being my friend. You have been the closest thing to me in the hardest times of my life. And you have been the one that rescued me times just by your encouraging words and just by being the person that you are. And I want you to know that I appreciate you. I want you to know as a mother, I couldn't ask for a better son. I want you to know that I'm so proud of you. And I want you to know that anybody that gets you, don't get a jewel. I don't care what nobody else say. I know you. I know your heart. I know you as a person. I know you work, go home, take care of your kids, and this one. I know you. And so I want to thank you for keeping your word, for saying, Mama, I'm going to make you proud. And you have made me proud today.
Yes.
So I have to celebrate.
Good job, Leroy.
You've done a good job. You are a man.
Good job.
You are a man. You put away excuses, and you have grinded and did what you need to do as a man. You didn't use me or your father as an excuse not to succeed. You take responsibility for your own actions and decisions, and you're reaping the benefits of it. And I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that.
Yes, please.
So next week, y'all tune in from the mud to the bonfire.
The bonfire.
We're going to go from the mud to the bonfire, because that's what I'm going to set up in here if she don't have the heat on next week.
I'm going to bring him a portable heater with his old cold self. He going to the gym. He should have put his pants on. Don't get mad at me because you ain't got no clothes on.
They ain't got no clothes on.
I want to say to everybody, man, stay focused on God. Believe in yourself. Never doubt yourself, no matter what you go through. Love yourself, man. You can't love nobody else, you don't love yourself. Self-love. No matter what in life, man, just stay strong, stay focused. Never give up, no matter what you're going through, man. As long as a God is always a way you can overcome anything. And God will give you blessings and birth your dreams and your vision, but you cannot be jealous-hearted. You cannot have hate in your heart. You cannot wish it. You gotta wish the best for others just as much as yourself. Tell that right there. If you don't wish the best for others just as much as yourself, that's why your blessings being held back. But God want to bless you, but you gotta have the heart that I want the best for any and everybody. I want to see that person win, even if it's just as much as me. If you have a heart and a mindset like that, I'm telling you, God will give you anything you want in life. And in other words, don't be a hater all your life.
Side out.
Mud to the mansion. We want to thank Anthony Mattison for being our guest today. And
Danny Ball, you been hating all your life.
Put some clothes on next week. Amen. Glory be to God. Put some pants on. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all please share, tag. I hope this podcast helped you today. I hope it blessed you in some kind of way. So if you're a young, struggling mother, I got you. We understand. We're praying for you. We love you. Amen. Yeah. Kids don't come with instruction manuals. Listen, don't despise small beginnings or your shortcomings. Listen, God already knew. He already knew, and He has already got a plan for you and them kids, and He's gonna work things out. And so, be the best you can be. Put God first in everything, and everything will excel. Amen.
Young people, when Leroy set up his classes and when Pastor Hatton has her classes here, make sure y'all young people get into these financial classes and learn financial literacy when he gets ready to teach this. Because we always say we want to give our children what we didn't have. Give your children financial literacy. Get into these classes so you can start passing along generational wealth. Get in his classes and let him teach you and show you the ways that he's become prosperous and the things that he's doing and teaching. Because I'm going to slide in on him sometime, man, because there's a lot of things that areas of finances that I'm lacking in that I need to be more disciplined. So y'all young people, get a head start on life. And that way, get a head start on life and let him show you. Because y'all, especially y'all 17, 16-year-olds, if y'all would get this stuff when you just start working. So by the time you hear, each generation can get better. You can get better, and it becomes better and better for you. Yeah. So get in these classes. And I'm pretty sure on the podcast, he's going to be letting you know when he's doing those things. So y'all definitely get in here and take advantage of this man's knowledge, man.
Yeah, I really, honestly, and because financial freedom, because of this, every year, if you watch your pattern, every year the same months you struggle. Every year the same months you struggle. So you got to change your strategy. You got to change your decision making so that you know them months going to be your tough months. You be ready to breeze through them months. If you struggle every December, you ain't just struggle once in December. You've been struggling every December for years. That means you got to change your strategy. You need some wisdom in that area. Listen, I'm over 55, but I have to go to him for financial advice because he's doing it. It's any age. He's got to teach me how to do this thing better. He's going to be doing a class here, and we're going to set him up for one online. The one online he's going to set up, it's going to be paid for on YouTube.
My money.
He on his money. And this one, he going to do a couple free classes here. He's going to do a couple free classes here to help us. So you better get on the free classes. Yeah, because knowledge costs. So you better come in on these free classes. I'll be announcing it when he can do it on his off days. We want to thank y'all for coming to the mansion. We're going to pray Pastor Mark put clothes on next time.
I want y'all to see how cold I am. Y'all see the hair standing up on my arm. I want y'all to see how cold I am.
Let them see them legs. They'll put some pants on next time. Ain't it crazy stuff? Pastor Mark, I tell you, these two right here, they are nothing but some jokesters.
We love y'all.
We love you so much. Thank y'all for tuning in. God bless you. We'll see you next Tuesday
at
8:30. Have a blessed week in Jesus' name.
Go out and bless somebody
Be
this
a
week.
blessing.
My boy Antoine Scott would say, be a blessing to somebody this week.